Well, welcome back, everyone, to the Castro Valley News live show. This is Chris says it perfectly. Welcome to the show, Chris. Chris says sunlight. Yeah, we've got some sunshine peeking through these rain clouds. My name is Roberto. This is the Castro Valley News live show. We do this live show weekly, every Tuesday, starting at 7 p.m. We start off every episode with something we call the roll call. And of course, we've got Chris in first in the roll call. Good evening, Chris. We've got Dennis in the house. Good evening, Dennis. Dennis just sent 200 stars. Thank you, Dennis. This is Dennis's 67th week. Dennis is the reigning king of stars. Ross is in the house. Good evening, Ross. Welcome to the show. Glad you can join us. Ross just sent 25 stars. Appreciate your support, sir. This is Ross's 31st week sending stars. Thank you, Ross. Appreciate that. Catch up on the roll call here. Good evening, Jen. Welcome to the show. Tiffany is with us. Good evening, Tiffany. Glad you can join us. I think this might be Jen's first time with us. Welcome, Jen. We're glad you can join us. I can't write here. I have somebody else's hand. Good evening, Bob. Bob is in the house. Bob is feeling better and is at the Shark Tank tonight. Bob, I'm glad you and Rachel are doing well. And thank you, Bob, for the 50 stars. This is Bob's 34th week. Thank you, Bob. Appreciate your support. Jean is with us. Good evening, Jean. Jean says, hi, Mom. CVN. Hello to the CVN Live family. Okay, Jen's second time with us. Jen, we're glad you can join us for the second time. Tiffany just sent 200 stars. Thank you, Tiffany. This is Tiffany's 68th week sending stars. Tiffany is the queen of stars. Bob is in the house. Yes, Bob is feeling better. Bob and Rachel, hope you guys are having a wonderful Tuesday night. David is with us, and it is David's son's birthday. Happy birthday to David's son. David, let us know your son's name if you're comfortable doing that, and I'd love to give your son a shout out. Let me make sure I'm up to speed with comments. Chris, good evening, Chris. Ross is tagging Dawn, Janella, and Deloy. And yes, Ross says happy birthday to David's son. David, if you're not comfortable giving us the name, that's okay. We understand. I apologize if I keep mentioning the comments. It's because on my screen here at this side, whenever a comment comes up, everything gets turned upside down. So I apologize for that. If I'm belaboring the show, trying to catch up with the comments here. Happiest of happy birthdays to Dylan. Happy birthday, Dylan. Mom is in the house. Mom says, hello, Castro Valley. Today is Tuesday, March 28th, 2023. Buy an ad. Hey, Mom. Hope you're having a wonderful Tuesday night. Love you, Mom. Eileen is with us. Eileen just sent 200 stars. Thank you, Eileen. This is Eileen's 66th week. Eileen, appreciate your support. Mark H is in the house. Good evening, Mark H. Mark H is saying hello to Mom, as is Ross. Ross and Mark H are saying hello to Mom. Hey, Mom, we love you. David says, oh, thanks. Happy birthday, Dylan. Hope you have a wonderful day. Jean is saying hello to Mark. Mark is saying hello to Jean. Barry says, happy rebirthday season team Dylan. Happy birthday, Dylan. I think while I have a moment, I should text Don and see if he's going to be joining us this evening. I apologize for the dead air. I am texting Don to see if he's going to be on the show. Okay, text sent. David says, thanks all. Happy birthday, Dylan. Dylan, your dad is awesome. Hope you had a wonderful birthday, Dylan. I did not get all the way through the introduction yet, but I will. Mark H just sent 1,000 stars. Thank you, Mark H. You are awesome, sir. This is Mark H's 17th week sending stars, and Mark H has the most stars sent this evening. I'll do this just once. And Bob, thank you for joining us. I know Bob is busy at the Shark Tank. He's checking out the Sharks. Go Sharks. And thank you for taking some time out from your evening's festivities at the Shark Tank for checking in, Bob. Thank you so much, sir. The stars thing. If you look over here, there's a little icon you can click. It says send stars. It'll give you another prompt and it'll say amount of stars. And the stars do cost money. But the cool thing about the stars system is the amount that you spend on stars goes directly to the live content creator of your choice on Facebook. Could be Castro Valley News. It could be any live content creator that you see. But it's an awesome way for you to send some monetary love to that live content creator that you admire or you like what they're doing. It doesn't have to be us. It doesn't have to be Castro Valley News. But if you want to do that, that's awesome. Speaking of stars, David just sent in 50. Thank you, David, and happy birthday again to Dylan. Let's see. I think this is David's first week sending stars. It's been a minute. David, thank you for your support. I'm looking at my list and I don't have David on here, so we're gonna reset David at the first week sending stars. Thank you again, David. I appreciate your support. The show, the awesomeness of the show just got cranked up to 11 because Dawn is in the house. Good evening, Dawn. Hope you're having a wonderful Tuesday night. Dawn, it was a pleasure to see you the other day. Always good to see Dawn at One Bad Apple Records. Dawn just sent 25 stars. Thank you, Dawn. This is Dawn's 60th week sending stars. Thank you for the 25 stars, Dawn. Again, you can send stars. You don't have to. We'll love you just the same, even if you don't send stars. But if you do, it's even better because it's a way for you to throw a couple dollars our way. I also forgot to give you the caveat of Meta, Facebook, whatever they're called this week. They do take a small portion of your purchase price in regard to the stars. It's not a lot, but talking about awesomeness, Maggie is with us. Good evening, Maggie. Hope you're having a wonderful Tuesday. I'm looking behind me. I don't need to look behind me because the camera just told me there's some sun out there. And some dark clouds as well, of course. Maggie is tagging Kathy and Monica. Just a few moments ago, Ross tagged a whole bunch of folks. Thank you, Ross and Maggie, for tagging people. Don says he sees the stars. Handsome Don. Handsome Don is with us. Don's a handsome, sweet man. Let's get to the rest of the show. Since I'm excessively silly tonight, I do have a couple things that are kind of calendar things that I want to mention recurring. And of course, I won't spend too much time on this, but I am going to spend a few seconds on this. If you have missed this, if you're new to the show, don't miss out the big spring book sale, Friends of the Castro Valley Library. It's happening May 5th, 6th, and 7th. If you like digging in treasures, books, CDs, DVDs, cookbooks, gardening books, children's books, CDs, antiquarian books, don't miss out the big spring book sale, Friends of the Castro Valley Library. It's happening May 5th, 6th, and 7th, 2023. Everything at this book sale, every single penny, dime, nickel, dollar, $10 bill, $20 bill, every monetary unit spent at this book sale and the bookstore and the Castro Valley Library, all this money goes directly back to the library to pay for programs and for materials at the library. And there are just so many fun and cool things to be found at the book sale. Like I said, if you are a bookworm, if you're kind of a nerd like me, these are just wonderful to look and find a few treasures. And again, don't miss out on this because it's a ton of fun, and I'll be there at some point looking through the stacks of all the wonderful books, DVDs, CDs, and other materials at the spring book sale, Castro Valley Library. It's on Norbridge Avenue. That is going to be May 5th, 6th, and 7th, 2023. They do accept credit and debit cards, so you don't have to bring cash, but I'm sure they prefer if you did. Ooh, that was pretty good. Let's see. Maggie, thank you so much. Oh, Maggie, the check is in the mail. Maggie has just tagged so many people. Mark H, thank you for the compliment. Mark, you are handsome of the handsomest. Maggie just tagged Viviana, Lupe, Norma, Mike, Patricia, Jason, Paulette, and Angel, in addition to Sung Lee. Sung Lee will be joining us momentarily. We're going to be talking to him. We're going to be doing an interview with Sung Lee, the bee charmer. Before we get to that, let me make sure I'm not missing anybody. Don says, shout out to Blue Koi Solutions. That's Chris. Let's see. Stan has a good question. Is anyone talking to our county supervisors about the eucalyptus trees that are falling down? Todd Anglin is with us as well. Good evening. Stan, that's a great question. But unfortunately, I think a lot of the eucalyptus trees are on private property, so that is going to be on the responsibility of property owners. Specifically on Madison Avenue, there's a lot of eucalyptus trees on that street in the backyards. Unfortunately, a lot of those trees are going to be the responsibility of homeowners to remove. The county had, actually, Supervisor Nate Miley walked up and down Madison Avenue with some of the folks from the planning department. They have looked at the parcel maps, and basically all of the trees, this is what I was told by the county, those eucalyptus trees are on private property, not county-owned property. So unfortunately, those homeowners are going to be responsible for the removal of those trees. And from what I have heard, those trees are not cheap to remove. So Stan, thank you for joining us, and I appreciate that question there. It would be wonderful. It would be, I'm not going to say wonderful. It would be nice for the homeowners if those trees were the responsibility of the county, but it looks like they're on private property. So unfortunately, and from what I hear, the price to have one of those gigantic eucalyptus trees is pretty astronomical. So it's an unfortunate reality. And what may or may not happen when one of those eucalyptus trees falls, if it's on private property, and their tree falls on someone else's home, they could actually be sued for damages, and it's unfortunate. It's a sad, sad story, but that's where we're at. And Stan, thank you so much for that question. And I think we discussed that during a couple other episodes, but it's always good to bring those things back up so that we can discuss them again and bring more information to the attention of our neighbors. David says his wife has brought it to his attention that all lanes are now open on A Street near Redwood. That's awesome. Good evening, Kathy. Kathy, welcome to the show. Kathy just sent 50 stars. Thank you, Kathy. This is Kathy's 51st week sending stars. Kathy, glad you can join us, and thank you so much for the stars. The next thing that I wanted to bring to your guys' attention, I have a few minutes here, is we've got some Castro Valley Eden Area Chamber of Commerce events. And yes, FamFest Spring Festival is coming up Saturday, May 6, 2023. It's a ways away, but it's always good to have advance notice to mark your calendars. This event is going to be happening on East 14th Street near 163rd. This is sponsored by the Castro Valley Eden Area Chamber of Commerce, the Reach Ashland Youth Center, Supervisor Nate Miley's office, in addition to Alameda County Health Care Services Agency. The FamFest is going to be a family event, and there will be all sorts of things for families to event. Food trucks, local eateries, breweries will be in attendance, live music, children's areas, games, and shopping to fill up your morning and afternoon. This is going to be a great event for the family. Hope to see you there. This is a free event. There are space fees for that's two words put together. Spees. Anyways, space fees for vendors who want booths. Contact the Eden Area Chamber of Commerce if you are a business owner and you would like to rent a booth. But with that said, aside from that, if you have a family, the Fam Fest is free for you guys. And like I said, there'll be food trucks, entertainment, all sorts of family-oriented booths from local organizations. Again, that's Saturday, May 6, 2023, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. East 14th Street and 163rd Street. That's in Ashland. And you're saying, well, why are we talking about Ashland? Well, I'm going to tell you, we're talking about Ashland because the Castro Valley Eden Area Chamber of Commerce helps businesses and folks in the Eden area, which includes Cherryland, Castro Valley, Fairview, parts of San Lorenzo, Castro Valley, of course, and it's Fairview is near Hayward. So there you go. That's that event. Don't miss the Fam Fest. It's coming up soon. Also, there will be the 15th annual Easter egg extravaganza. There you go. Karen lives in Ashland. Mom lives in Ashland as well. Karen, glad you could join us tonight. Here's another event not in Castro Valley, but is sponsored in part by the Castro Valley Eden Area Chamber of Commerce. This is the Easter Extravaganza, Saturday, April 1st, 2023, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m., rain or shine. So many of these events need to mention that rain or shine thing because holy moly, we're in spring already and we're still in the throes of rain aplenty. This event is going to be at the historic Meeka State Park, 240 Hampton Road, Cherryland. Egg extravaganza. This also is free. There will be an egg roll, egg hunts, mansion self-guided tours. Guys, I know this is not Castro Valley, but if you have never been inside the historic Meeka State Park, the home, do yourself a favor and go check it out. You've probably seen it outside. It's on Hampton Road. It's right down the street in Castro Valley. It's a beautiful, beautiful house, but it's amazing inside. It's really, really beautiful, and it's super cool that the Castro Valley Eden Area Chamber of Commerce, Hayward Area Recreation and Parks District, and the Cherryland Association are going to have this event where you can actually go into the Meeka State building. It's really, really beautiful and cool in there. But this event is free. There will be community booths. There will be crafts and egg roll, which is fun. There will be photos with the Easter Bunny. How fun is that? There will be egg hunts and a pre-decorated egg contest, a bonnet and hat parade contest. This the plastic Easter eggs that you open up and there's all sorts of fun stuff in there like jelly beans and little plastic spider rings. That's what this event is. I should have paid a lot more attention to this flyer because there's a plethora of fun stuff happening here. But anyways, Saturday, April 1st, 2023 is going to be the 15th annual Easter Extravaganza. This is sponsored by the Castro Valley Eden Area Chamber of Commerce, Hayward Area and Recreation and Parks District, in addition to the Cherryland Association. How fun is that? How fun is that? And it's free. Holy smokes. Go have fun, people. Mark B is in the house. Mark B just sent 500 stars. Thank you, Mark B. Let's see. Mark B is 22 weeks sending stars. Thank you, Mark B. Welcome back. Yeah, David, the extravaganza is on April Fool's Day, but that's not a joke. That event is really, really happening. Ross is tagging Michael B. Michael B is going to be missing some shows because he's got his Little League commitment, and he mentioned that I think there's going to be quite a few Tuesdays that he's not going to join us. But Michael B usually watches after the fact, when the live stream is on the page. So Michael B is in the house. Welcome to the show, Michael B. I'm just He's not here, but I'm just going to say hello to him because I'm sure he's probably watching. Don is tagging Renee. 2 different Renee. 3 different Renees. Wow. And Don also tagged Christy. 2 different Christies. Wow. Karen, thank you, says they have an Easter bunny. Bring your own camera. So that'll be cool for your kiddos to bring your camera, get some photos with the Easter bunny. Janella is in the house. Good evening, Janella. Janella just sent 800 stars. Thank you, Janella. This is Janella's 38th week. Janella, you were just in time. You just missed the Chamber of Commerce announcements, which were the Fan Fest and the Easter egg extravaganza coming up. Janella is off to Disneyland this weekend. You must have just won the Super Bowl or the World Series because that's what everyone says when you just won the World Series. What are you going to do now? I'm going to eat Disneyland. Anyways, I don't want this to turn into a commercial for Disneyland. There was something else that I wanted to mention. Did the book sale, chamber events. Yeah, have fun, Janella, going to Disneyland. Mark B says, I'm leaving tomorrow for Disneyland. There you go. Janella says, thanks for sharing. Chamber has a ton of events planned for this year. Janella, please feel free to share them with me, and we will discuss them during the show and publicize them here as we go. You know what I want to do? I want to take a moment here before we even get to Sung Lee or the Midway giveaway, which might be a little bit later because Sung Lee is going to be calling in at 7:30. So I want to let you guys know. Don is guessing Corey Feldman already. We're not getting to the Midway giveaway, but I am going to explain a little bit about the Midway giveaway before we actually get to it. Every episode, a gift certificate or gift card to a Castro Valley business goes to the winner of the Midway giveaway. And I want to let you guys know a little bit about the Midway giveaway. These gift cards and gift certificates and receipts for money at businesses, I purchased these because it's something that I love to do. I love to go into Castro Valley businesses and spend money at local businesses. Marlon is with us. Good evening, Marlon. Welcome to the show. Marlon, I saw Marlon a while ago, and Marlon was like, I'm going to check out your show sometime. And Marlon, welcome, my friend. I'm glad you can join us. Mark B just sent another 500 stars. So Mark B is equal with Mark H sending 1,000 stars. Thank you so much, Mark B. You are awesome, Mark B. Getting back to Marlon is here because Maggie invited him. Thank you, Maggie. You're awesome, but you know that. Thank you so much. Good to see you, Marlon. I will see you sometime soon as well. Marlon owns Body Mechanics Gym across from the village. If you're looking to get in shape and talk to a handsome and super cool business owner, go see Marlon at Body Mechanics. He knows what he's doing. He's got the fitness know-how up here, and he's a smart guy, and he's just nice. So go see Marlon at Body Mechanics. Okay, Marlon is Maggie's personal trainer. There you go. See, you don't need any more testimonial than that. If Maggie's seeing Marlon for personal training, then you know it's awesome. Mark H just sent 200 more stars, so that brings Mark H to 1,200 stars. So it looks like Mark H has edged out Mark B for the top stars amount. What was I talking about? You're welcome, Marlon. You're awesome. Marlon, if I didn't have a gym here, I would be at your gym because I've seen you training other people and you know what you're doing. So And if you're training Maggie, you absolutely know what you're doing. Let's see. Don says Maggie rules. Marlon says Maggie is the best. All of this is accurate, completely accurate. What I wanted to mention really, really briefly, and I don't have a lot of time before Sung Lee is going to call in. We're going to talk to him about the stuff that he's been doing around town with bees and the swarming bees. Again, these gift certificates, these gift cards from local businesses, these are all Castro Valley businesses. There's not one business in here that's not Castro Valley. All these businesses I go to because I love shopping local. I love supporting local businesses. I purchase these cards to give away because as a small business owner myself, it makes me feel good to go to a local business and give them some money, especially in this day and time when a lot of businesses are kind of still struggling with what happened during the pandemic and the lockdown. And it also just makes me feel good to support the local business community. And I will continue to do that, which is why there's so many cards here. I get maybe one or two a week, and I like to have a big stack of cards to pull from during the midway giveaway. I need to mention that Maggie just sent 500 stars. Thank you, Maggie. This is Maggie's, where I have Maggie? I know I have Maggie on the list. Maggie's 20th week. Thank you, Maggie, for sending the 500 stars. In addition to that, Mark B just sent another 1,000 stars. So that brings Mark B to 2,000 stars. So Mark B has just edged out Mark H. Thank you, Mark B. You're awesome. Appreciate that. And Mark B did the mic drop thing. There you go. Don is tagging Julie and Darren. I do have a quick second here, and I'm going to pull something out of order on the list here. Actually, I'm not, because I would like to end the show with the good news thing. So I'm not going to do that. But I have 1, 2, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have 11 gift cards tonight to 11 local businesses for the midway giveaway. And we are right up against 6:30, which normally is the midway. But tonight we've got Sung Lee calling in. Janella, thank you so much for sending an additional 200 stars. That brings Janella up to 1,000 stars. Right on. Thank you, Janella. So the top stars senders tonight, Mark B, 2,000. Janella, 1,000. Excuse me, Mark B, 2,000. Mark H, 1,200. Janella, 1,000. You guys are awesome. Thank you guys so much for your support. Oh, I didn't even mention. I should have mentioned. Kathy is with us. Good evening, Kathy. And yes, Kathy, I didn't give her a shout out already. That's okay. Kathy can have 2 shout outs. I'm correcting myself. This is episode 208, which is mind-blowing. That's awesome. We've done this show 208 times. That blows my mind. It's been such a blast. This has been so much fun. Mark H. Now I gotta do the calculator thing here. Mark just sent 700 stars. I mean 1,700. So that brings Mark H to 2,900 stars. Thank you, Mark H. You're awesome. Hey, Dylan, happy birthday. And Liam, if you're watching, shout out to you, Liam. And Dylan, happy birthday. We should have a phone call from Sung Lee very soon. I'm hoping he didn't forget. He's usually on top of it. Don says, everyone hit the heart button for Castro Valley News. Please do so. On the dot. Oops. Hello, son. Can you hear me?
Yes, hello.
Good evening. How are you, sir?
Fine, thank you.
Oh, we got an echo.
Yeah, I got it. I took care of it.
All right.
So,
How are you tonight?
oh, wonderful, wonderful. What? I am very excited to be on the Castro Valley News Live. Probably this is one of my dream come true.
Oh, you're far too sweet.
Thanks for having me. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for agreeing to come on. So we are going to talk about swarming season, and if you guys are just tuning in, we have Sung Lee, the bee charmer. He is a Castro Valley resident and an all-around. You're like an encyclopedia for bees.
Well, I think I thought the beekeeping was kind of easy. Just have bees. Next thing you know, they pollinate your gardens, and then ultimately harvest honey. That's what I thought. That's why I studied it. But actually, it was not as easy as I thought. And after first my hive, after 5 months, I lost the bees. They were gone, and I had no idea what happened. And that's when I started digging in. And probably this is the most complex hobby I've ever embarked on. So now I'm going through the UC Davis. As you know, the UC Davis has their agricultural. They have the best honeybee research lab in the world.
Wow.
In the United States. And they have it's called the California Master Beekeepers Program to teach someone like me, working people or students, anybody who's interested in and going through the classes and all the programs and become a master beekeeper. So I'm at the second level, and that was my turning point. And learning so much, and then now I spread the words to other people who wants to be doing the beekeeping, and it is a wonderful process. But then again, I get stung every day. Trust me.
So you're used to it.
Yeah, but I get used to it. So it's part of the things. Just like welders, they're working with the torch, or plumbers are working with the pipes and broken all of that. Working with the bees, yeah, stinging goes with the program, so it is what it is. But I love it.
I know you love it. I can tell the way that you talk about it and the way that you're enthusiastic to share your information with others. So we shared a promo for the show, and someone said that she had a swarm the other day. So we are in swarming season. So what are some of the things that people can do, or what are some of the things that people should do when there's a swarm near their house?
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So let me explain from the beginning to really understand what is swarming is all about. Swarming is a reproductive process, the honeybee, and without swarming, they cannot replicate or expand their family. So as the our family or the human being setting, we have our children. They go to school, they get married, or they move out, and then if you have two sons, then the two sons get married, and then we have two more families. That's how the family expand. But the bees is opposite. When their time to expand their family, mother goes out with half the family, and then new daughter to be stay home and take over the old home. So it's totally opposite. Now, when the swarming happens, usually about around this time, March, April, May is a peak, and the June and it slows down. The first, when they ready to swarm, the bees will prepare the queen. As you know, the queen never only fly first time she goes out to mate, and then she stay home, and all she does is laying eggs. That's all. She's like a egg laying machine. And then before they swarm, because she hasn't been flown so long, the colony put her on a diet so that she can fly. Now, experienced beekeepers can detect that they are preparing for swarming way about 2 to 3 weeks prior to the swarming. But most people would see it when they're making a replacement queens, then they would know. Or when they're swarming, which is a little bit late. But when they're swarming, right there before they swarm, first I said they put her on a diet so that she can fly. But because she hasn't flown for a long time, when they swarm, first they come out of the hive, and then they don't go that far, maybe 30, 40, 50 feet, maybe half a block at the most. And then wherever the queen lands and the rest of the colony gather around and cluster her around her. That's what people see. Now, when they swarm, it looks chaotic, like a tornado of bees flying like a crazy. And people are scared. How can I say? It just...
people freak out.
Freak out, exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, but I'm going to explain to you why you shouldn't be freaking out, why you shouldn't be afraid of. Okay? Number one, their mission of swarming is getting to new home, number one. Number two, they need to protect the queen. If they start stinging people, as you know, honeybee get to sting once and then they die.
Yeah.
Because the stinger attached to the abdomen in intestinal parts, as it pulls it out, and the bee dies. But versus yellow jackets, it doesn't do that. They can sting in multiple times.
All day long.
Honeybee so their purpose, if they start stinging people, it beats the purpose.
Right.
Does it make sense?
Makes perfect sense.
Yes. So then, there's a two approval point. I've been standing in the middle of it without nothing on, and in the middle of the swarming tornadoes. What happens? People bump into me because I'm in their path. But I hardly ever gotten stung once. Okay? So, and then before they swarm, what they do is that they gorge honey in their stomach. It's called the honey gland. They store honey in their body to survive about 2 or 3 days without any supply of nectar or honey. So once they cluster, whenever the queen lands, sometimes top of the car, sometimes most of the times the tree or land, or she lands in the ground. I've seen many different occasions, the situations, and I've collected over about 250 swarms past 3 years.
Wow.
And so I've seen it all. But that's when, once they land in cluster, and then what they do is they don't have any final destination. Then scout bees start looking for permanent home. This is where it could be under the house, in the structure, on the eave, or the bench,
in a wall,
or some wall. All they need is quarter of an inch a hole. So sometimes the cable company comes around and then they drill a hole and forgot to plug it. That's all they need. They just go in. So then the scoutbees go out and looking for those places and come back, report to the cluster, to the colony. They're hanging on the tree as an example. And then if they like it, 4 or 5 bees go over there, check it out, come back. And if they like it, about 10, 20 bees go out and come back, report. And then if they really like it, you're talking about democratic voting system. This is totally democratic, okay? It has to be unanimous. And everybody agrees on, next thing you know, they start taking off. And there's another, they're making like a tornado scene. They're taking off to the final destination. Sometimes make about 2 or 3 attempts, different move it to one tree to the other. But most cases, so move out of the house, cluster on a tree, and then looking for a permanent place to go. Now, where am I coming in? Whenever you see those clusters or swarming, we have a very short window of opportunity to collect this swarm. Why do I do that? It's because once they go into the structure, it's become very, very difficult to remove. Sometimes it costs because you cut the wall to remove. Mm-hmm. Sometimes have to really get into the structure. But I want everybody to remember, whenever the swarm happens, this is, Alameda County, this is a community service. So if you know of anybody who is a beekeeper or Alameda County Beekeepers Association have a hotline. It's a 510-898-6696. 510-898-6696. And you call in, and the dispatcher receives the information, and then it will pass out to the participant of the swarm collector. There are about over 150 members participating collecting the swarm in Alameda County. And then whoever responds, the rule is they need to respond and move to get that swarm within about 30 minutes, within an hour. Why is that? Again, the scout bees, as soon as the scout bees find the final destination, and then bees are gone. So mostly like a maximum 24 hours. I've seen the bigger the colony, because there are more scouts, the faster they leave. I've seen, as soon as they landed, 30 minutes, they're gone. Because, again, there were resources that bring the information to them, or scout bees already picked out the place to go. So then, as soon as the landing cluster, and then scout bees come back and tell them, this is what I found, where we're supposed to go, we'd like to go, and then within 1 or 2 hours, they're gone. Remember, the collecting swarm is a community service, there's no charge. But when once they move into the structure and they become extraction, then whoever who takes it out of there, and there will be some fees for that. So it's best to collect the swarms when it's clustered. Now, that's where the terminology came from, that what we call freebies. Those are freebies. Okay.
Freebies, yeah.
Yes, freebies, yes. Okay, so that's mostly the overall. So from now, because we had suppressed because of rain and cold weather, so as soon as the sun comes up, and they will go. They will start. Today I got a phone call, 10 o'clock, that the swarm landed in Hayward, and then I wanted to collect the swarm before the rain comes. So I was out there about 11 o'clock and then took them, and right before the rain came. But a lot of bees were so cold, and then as I put it in the box, they were already dying. But as soon as I got the queen, then we're fine. So it is important to, as you know, that people are seeing it, do not freak out. Okay, they have a mission to accomplish. They need to protect the queen. So there is no point of trying to stinging people, attacking people. They are as vulnerable as we are looking at them. So whenever you see them, and either you can call me, you can find me either Facebook, Suddenly the Beach Charmer, or 510-414-3216. Just find me, tag me, and then the point is, the key thing is, we have to respond as soon as possible to collect the people they move on to any structure. Okay?
It sounds like kind of a fine balance between perhaps not wanting to interfere and having to sort of not interfere, but not wanting to intervene against nature, but having to. It's kind of a necessity. If they are going to be in structures, then there's going to be significant damage.
I mean, they do. Yeah, I mean, they do not. Or sometimes I would ask them, "Is it bother you?"
Mm-hmm.
The honeybees does not do any damaging to the structure. Actually, they reinforce it. They coat with the wax and propolis, which is good. But some people are allergic to bees, bee sting, so then they really bothersome.
Mm-hmm.
So they ask the beekeeper to remove those bees. But many times I look at the situation. I recommend: is it really bother you? Is it going to interfere with your livelihood?
Mm-hmm.
Then if they no, then can you just leave it? Or if they are, yes, it does, then I remove it. As an example, last year, Chicago College, the maintenance department called me, and they want me to remove the bees and the library building outside. It's open outside the building. It's 50 feet high. I said, that's not going to bother nobody. But because there's not that many students around, but the board of directors ordered the maintenance to remove it. As the school opens up, they don't want any incidents whatsoever. So the decision was made, and then I went up to a riser about 50 feet high and removed it. It was a really big hive. But just removed them and housed with a new home at my backyard, at my apiary. So that's kind of situation. So it's better to catch when they swarm and house it without any cost and save those colonies, give them a new home, and then it is a win-win situation.
So if a colony enters a home and they occupy the home and the homeowner says, I'll just leave them, is it theoretically possible that hive will just move on to a different location at some point?
Probably not.
Okay.
But when they swarm, again, when the colony grows, and they will swarm, and then you could create another chaotic situation, which is, it looks chaotic, but which is another replication of the reproduction of the colony. And but our point of view, we're not used to it. It looks scary.
Yeah.
It just looks scary.
The noise and the motion is frightening. The noise and the motion is frightening to a lot of people. And
yes, it does.
let me make a silly observation. It sounds like when bees are moving, they panic just as much as humans do and get flustered, because I've known quite a few people in the process of moving, they get flustered and stressed out.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes, of course.
So, go ahead.
Go ahead, you go ahead.
No, so in your years of helping people abate swarms, how many hives have you acquired? And do you still have hives that you maintain that you have acquired?
Yeah. So, average, I collect about 50 plus swarm per year, which is more than any other people. But again, one reason or another, only the half the swarm survives. But I'm getting better at it. Sometimes when the colony is ill, as an example, we have a worldly known parasite called the varroa mite. It's damaging the colony's entire world. scientists have not found a solution yet. It's not the mites they're killing the colony, it's the virus they carry. And just like a West Nile virus, when you get bitten by the mosquito, this mosquito is bite, but because of the virus they carry, and people get killed by that. So same thing with the bees. It's called a CCD, colony collapse disorder, and then this mites infestation goes above the threshold, and the colony collapses. But bees do know how to manage. So then they leave. So what we call technical term called the brood break. So then they cut down the mites' growth by swarming. But because of that, the colony is already infested with so much virus, and eventually, no matter what I do, they die. But hopefully, the other colony, the one left behind, will sustain and leave. But sometimes it does not. So that's why throughout the country, our loss of the bees about 30 to 40%, pretty high. So that's why I study and teach how to maintain these bees under control of these parasites. So it is really, really deep subject, and it takes a long time to really learn and doing it well. So, but I still got a lot to learn.
What are some of the things that humans do to abate swarms when they happen that are not correct? Do people use the hose and try to spray them? Do people try to put them in a box? Or what are some of the mistakes that humans make when there's a swarm on their property?
Most people spray with insecticide.
What are the dangers? What are the dangers with insecticide to humans and pets and?
No, that just kills the bees.
Okay.
So when people get scared, they spray them.
Mm-hmm.
And then sometimes I went there, and then we got a call, and then just 80-90% of the bees were dead because they sprayed them.
And at that point, at that point, there's nothing that you can do.
No.
Yeah.
No. So even the people we use like a spraying a pesticide, insecticide, and herbicide, all of those around maintaining a yard and garden, and bees would go there, and they start picking up those pesticides, insecticides, and they come back home, and then it accumulates, and then also, and you know the story of the communication methods called the waggle dance.
Mm-hmm.
They tell their sisters where they collect or they found the food source, and there were like a bunch of flowers blooming, and then if they sprayed it, more than likely her sisters go there collecting the same thing and bring the insecticide or sprayed pollens or nectar, and then more than likely it starts to affecting the colony, and then you see all of a sudden a lot of dead bees. Whenever I see the bees died, have your tongue hanging out, that is mostly killed by insecticide, like poisoned. So that's one of the methods I can tell. So they communicate, so they go there, and everybody shares the same thing, and then more than likely effect will be devastating.
One last question, and then we'll talk about where your honey can be found. Us as humans, how important are bees to the food chain in regards to what humans eat? And I know you know this answer.
Yeah. Well, if there's no honeybees, probably about more than 60-80% of the food chain that are from the pollinator. Not just the honeybees, but also other bees are. Well, there are over 1,600 different species in California alone, and because of the honeybee, other bees doesn't get much of a credit. Even the yellow jackets, they are the pollinators.
Mm-hmm.
The wasps, they are pollinators. But without them, our food chain, especially the large, we're gonna have to eat just the grapes or wind pollinated vegetables and food sources. And other than that, it is really crucial that we make sure their livelihood is well.
Sung Lee, thank you so much for your time. Give your phone number one more time, and let's discuss briefly where your honey can be found and how you harvest the honey.
Okay. So So first of all, whenever you find the swarms, go into the Alameda County Beekeepers Association website, and then there's a swarm call, and there's a number. You can find that, or you can call me, or you can find me on Facebook, Suddenly the Bee Charmer, and the 510-414-3216. And then also I am an owner of the Hesperian Cleaners in San Lorenzo and Danville. I always have the honey there. And then also Ars Market, Jerry contacted me about 6 months ago, and so you can find, especially Ars Market carries a Castro Valley honey that are collected from Castro Valley, so that you can find that as well. Okay.
So that's awesome. So if you were to go to Al's Market at any point, you can get some of Sung Lee's delicious honey harvested here in Castro Valley. That's awesome.
Yep. Okay. All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sung.
Thank you for having me, and it's been wonderful. And then hopefully it helped, and hopefully we can save more bees.
That would be great. Thank you so much for your time, Sung.
Thank you.
See you soon. Thank you.
All right.
Bye-bye. If you're just tuning in, that was Sung Lee, the bee charmer. We were talking about bees that are swarming and the important part that bees play in our food chain. Paulette just sent 200 stars. Thank you, Paulette. Paulette has sent stars 31 weeks. And I also made a note that Bob sent an additional 50 stars. And that brings Bob up to 100 stars. And also Kimberly is with us. Good evening, Kimberly. Kimberly joined us while we were talking to Sung Lee. Let's get to the midway giveaway, which is super late in the show, but that's all right. And I apologize again. Yeah, Eileen, great information. Thank you, Sung Lee, for joining us. If you missed that, that is Sung Lee. He is Castro Valley's bee charmer. He lives in Castro Valley. He is an encyclopedia of knowledge when it comes to bees. Michael B is in the house too. Welcome to the show, Michael B. Glad I didn't miss you in the roll call. Michael B says there's a bee on my head. There's a bee on my head, letter B. Let's get to the midway giveaway, shall we? No, Michael B, I didn't forget. I saved the best for last. Michael B, thank you for joining us. Let's do a late giveaway right here. And let me do this real fast. Oops, hang on. I apologize, that's dead air, and you probably hear me clickety-clacking typing. I'm going to give you the midway giveaway phone number. There you go. 510-331-9112 is the midway, the end of end of show. Per Kimberly's request, we're going to try to do 90 minutes tonight. Let's roll on and see how far we can get into 90 minutes of show. That would mean that we would probably have to have a guest every show, because 90 minutes is a lot of time to fill up. But anyways, let's do a trivia question. We might not even call it the midway giveaway anymore. We might just call it the trivia question for the evening and do it randomly. But without further ado, the trivia question is coming up right now. Let me close a window here because Facebook just said you're live. I'm offline. Okay. All right, now Facebook says I'm back. I hope a lot of people didn't get kicked out there. Facebook just said I was offline, but now I'm back online. So hopefully Yeah, I just saw a jump. Wow, that was wild. I saw the jump on my screen, and that's the first time I've ever saw it. That's crazy. Wow. Anyways, I hope everyone is still here. I apologize. Facebook just told me that my internet was wonky and it said it refreshed the screen. So hopefully we're here. Let's do the giveaway tonight. Tonight, I have a plethora of gift cards and gift certificates to give away to the first person to provide the correct answer to the trivia question tonight. So tonight, folks, $20 to Pete's Ace Hardware, located on Castro Valley Boulevard. $20 to Pampas, no longer located on Castro Valley Boulevard. They are located on Redwood Road. $25 to Eden Bicycles in the Village. I've got $20 to Cafe 4. If you've never had coffee at this location, check them out. They've got good stuff. Cafe 4 is located on John Drive. $20 to Golfland. Go have some fun with your friends, and also located on Castro Valley Boulevard. And don't miss out on the Dragons. Go give them a look-see. There's a safe under the cement there. I love that story. $20 to Portales, located on Castro Valley Boulevard. Go say hello to my Aunt Tia. My Tia Rosa. Whoa. $20 to One Bad Apple Records. Go say hello to Handsome Don. He is the owner of One Bad Apple Records, located on Castro Valley Boulevard. Hidden Gem of Castro Valley. $20 to European Market and Catering, located on Redwood Road. If you've never been to this business, go now and thank me later. 1 month of unlimited yoga at Castro Valley Yoga, which includes access to their weekly live stream classes, as well as their library of recorded classes. Castro Valley Yoga, located on Castro Valley Boulevard. $20 to Daily Dose Plant-Based Health. These folks are Castro Valley residents. They do vegan treats and goodies and supplements, in addition to CBD supplements. So if you have problems sleeping, anxiety, and pain, Daily Dose CBD and vegan stuff. They once were located on the Castro Valley Boulevard in the Adobe Center, but they are now doing all of their business online. You can find them at www.dailydose247.com. Last but not least, a pet spa day, pet SPAW day, Classy Canine Wiggle Rumps, located next door to Handsome Dawn at One Bad Apple Records. Hello to Misty and the wonderful folks at Classy Canine Wiggle Rumps. Those are the gift cards up for grabs, in addition to something else that is sweet. Katie is with us. Katie, you did not miss the whole show. You are just in time for the giveaway. And Mom, thank you. Who are the sponsors for the show? Thank you, Mom. I would have completely forgot. We do have a Castro Valley News magazine. This is the most recent one. There is a new one in the works coming very soon. But tonight's sponsors are Pete's Ace Hardware, located at 2569 Castro Valley Boulevard. Pete's Ace Hardware has been in business since 1926, one of Castro Valley's oldest and longest running businesses. Thank you so much to Gara Bobby Kalra, attorney at law. If you have issues in regard to wrongful termination, sexual harassment, workplace discrimination, whistleblower claims, which includes wage theft, claims for regular and overtime, and or retaliation at your workplace, please call attorney at law Gara Bobby Kalra. He has an office in Pasadena and San Ramon. Call him at 213-435-3469. He is a Castro Valley High graduate, class of 1993, and yes, go Trojans. Huge thank you to Castro Valley Sanitary District, one of the Bay Area's longest running government agencies in the Bay Area, which I said. I'm repeating myself. But anyways, CV Sand handles garbage and wastewater in addition to recycling services here in Castro Valley. They are extremely fiscally responsible. Thank you, CV Sand. Big, big thank you to Superstar State Farm Insurance and Financial Services agent Todd Anglin. He is located at 20235 Redwood Road, Unit C. You can reach him at 510-537-8100. Thank you so much, Todd Anglin, State Farm Insurance Agency. Todd loves this town, and we love Todd. Thank you so much to Maggie Castile Jaima. She has been in business 29 years, 18 years in the East Bay. She is your go-to person if you're looking to do a reverse mortgage. If you are 62 years or older, own your own home, find out how you can live in your home with no monthly mortgage payments, call Maggie Castillo. She is the reverse mortgage superstar. 831-840-3384. Let me give you that number one more time because I stumbled upon it. 831-840-3384. Thank you, Maggie, for your continued support. You are awesome. Big, huge, immense, towering thanks to Shane Sharkey with the Castro Valley School of Music, located at 3585 Castro Valley Boulevard, right around the corner from Southern Comfort Kitchen. If you are looking to learn how to play guitar, play bass, play drums, play trumpet, ukulele. Did I say piano? Piano? You're looking for singing lessons. Please do yourself a favor and go see Shane Sharkey and his staff at the Castro Valley School of Music. Shane has been around for a lot of years in Castro Valley. He volunteered for a lot of years at Castro Valley Schools, helping the music program at Castro Valley Schools, and he's just a cool guy. Thank you so much. I'm not sure if she's still with us. Thank you to your real estate professional, Janella Anguiano, with Century 21 Real Estate on Redwood Road. You have questions in regards to real estate. Are you looking to buy? Are you looking to sell? Are you just curious to know what's going on with the housing market in Castro Valley? You're in luck because Janella has your answers. Janella Anguiano, Century 21 Realtor, located on Redwood Road. You can reach Janella via phone, 510-755-5199. And Janella, I need to mention Janella and Todd are movers and shakers and wonderful folks involved with the Castro Valley Eden Area Chamber of Commerce. That took a little bit longer than I would hoped it did, but anyways, I do have a giveaway, and I think we're probably not going to call it the Midway giveaway anymore. We might just zing it on people unannounced during the show. So the people who like to tune in at 7:30 just for the Midway, I might throw a curveball your way and just do the Midway giveaway, the anytime giveaway when it's appropriate. How does the giveaway work? Well, I'm glad you asked. Every episode, there is a trivia question, and the first person to provide the correct answer via text will win. And I have to give you the phone number one more time. Here you go. Sorry. The beauty of live programming is a lot of times I'm frankly just not prepared. So I did not have the giveaway text line at my fingertips to share with you guys. Thank you guys so much for your enthusiasm and sense of humor during Sung Lee's discussion. I saw a lot of people who were doing bee puns, which was hilarious. You guys are awesome. But anyways, informative. I because I did an interview with Sung Lee before. Again, Sung Lee is the bee charmer. He lives here in Castro Valley. Because I did I spent quite a bit of time with Sung in his backyard apiary, and he gave me so much time and so much information when it comes to bees. I kind of knew the answers that he was going to give when it comes to beekeeping. But I think one of the biggest takeaways from that conversation, maybe two of the biggest takeaways, is number one, when bees are swarming, don't freak out. They're just doing their job. And also, part of number one is to definitely contact Sung Lee if you see a bee swarm, and you can reach him directly at 510-414-3216 because he will help you in a very calm and collected and educated way. The second takeaway to that conversation, from that conversation in regards to bees, is you might think that bees are they're just little insects. They're just little fuzzy. They're cute. We rely so much on bees in our food chain. It's ridiculous. Michael B says, I'm sitting on a bee. No, it's a chair. Michael B, I appreciate you. You are awesome. Let's do the midway giveaway, shall we? And I think I copied and pasted that. Yeah, there we go. I'm just getting silly here. So let's get to the giveaway, and how this works is the winner, the person who provides the correct answer to the trivia question, wins a gift card from the business of their choice, in addition to something else sweet and delicious. That will be 1 pound of Sung Lee's delicious raw honey, local raw honey. And to let you know, Sung hasn't paid me to do any of this. I love his personality. He knows so much about bees. And Sung Lee gave me a bunch of honey to give to you guys. So there you have it. Without further ado or further ado, here's the trivia question. And this is kind of an interesting one. It's gonna be. I hope I can stump you guys on this one because that would be fun. Just keeping up with the list here. Where are you guys ready? I'll give you the phone number one more time since I'm kind of tiptoeing around the giveaway. Don says, yes, we have a pound of honey right here. 1 pound of honey, delicious. The question tonight is, where in Castro Valley can you find 3 in front of 4? 510-331-9112 is the text line. Thank you again, Mom, for reminding me about the sponsors because I would have totally forgot that. Dang. So one more time, 510-331-9112 is the text number. Give me both names of what we're talking about. Paulette, right out of the gate. Congratulations, Paulette. Yes, I'll give you the question and the answer. The location where you can find 3 in front of 4 is the 3 crosses in front of Cafe 4. Congratulations, Paulette. That was fast. I thought I had see, all day I was sitting here and I had the question. I was like, I'm going to stump everyone on this one. I was like, yeah, I'm super proud. I'm going to, and you guys got it. You guys are smart. So Paulette, let me know which gift card you would like. And I think you have some honey floating around, no pun intended. But if you would like this one is for you as well, Paulette. So you let me know the gift card you would like, and I know where to find you. I do. Next thing that I wanted to mention, and wow, we're going to actually do 90 minutes tonight. Congratulations again, Paulette. She won a gift card from the business of her choice and a pound of honey from something. With that said, I'll give you the question and answer one more time. The location where you can find 3 in front of 4 is, you can find the 3 crosses in front of Cafe 4. So Paulette said she will take the honey. She's going to pass it along to someone else. And Eden Bicycles, yes, good choice, Paulette. I will bring these to you very soon. Maybe tomorrow, maybe the next day, but very soon. Congratulations again, Paulette. Wanted to mention something that was, this was a request by a listener. And here's another thing that I forgot during the show. Usually prior to the show, I pride myself in thinking two things. Thinking that I'm going to have a trivia question that will stump people. And then the other thing that I errantly think is that I have everything prepared for the show. And most of the time, I don't. Anyways, let me give you a little sneak peek into here's all the stuff that I have for the show. I've got the question, I've got some other stuff, I've got the honey, I've got the gift cards, I've got the magazine to grab. I realize this is upside down and I apologize, but there's usually one, sometimes two, potentially three things that I've forgotten. And here's another one. There's a website. Micaiah's with us. Good evening, Micaiah. Micaiah is the owner of Wonderful Restore and Rework on San Carlos Avenue. Micaiah just sent 200 stars. Thank you, Micaiah. This is Micaiah's, what do I have? Micaiah's 21st week. Thank you, Micaiah. Appreciate your support. And again, huge shout out to Micaiah's shop, Restore and Rework on San Carlos Avenue. If you're looking for a one-of-a-kind gift, if you have old furniture, vintage furniture, I should use the word vintage, not old. If you have vintage furniture that you would like refurbished, refinished, repainted, rejuvenated, revitalized. I just combined those two words. That was silly. Micaiah is the person to make your vintage furniture look amazing. Just go to her shop and see some of the stuff that she's done. She's super talented. She does great work. Micaiah didn't pay me to say this, but I love the gift items and the stuff that she has at her shop. Antiques and one-of-a-kind stuff. And she's just awesome. Thank you again, Micaiah, for the support. You're awesome. But I do have a link that I want to share here, and this is a topic that a listener requested. A listener called me last week and requested that we discuss this topic, and I want to be responsive to people when they have topic ideas and things that they think we should be talking about. This kind of ties into the story about the DJ who had disappeared for a while and was discovered. It is believed that he committed suicide, and I haven't seen anything that is confirmed yet, but that is what a lot of people are saying, that he was having some personal issues and committed suicide. And I wanted to bring to your attention, I'm going to share the link right now. There is an Alameda County Crisis Support Services website, and I just shared that for you. It is www.crisissupport.org. Mental health is as important, if not more important, than physical health, and nothing against Marlon and the physical health. Enough cannot be said for the importance of people getting emotional support when they're going through a tough time and not feeling good about themselves and not feeling good about life. Thank you, Maggie, for being completely transparent. Maggie says, I know how that feels. I was suicidal years ago. Myself, I dealt with that issue. I've dealt with depression and not feeling good for a lot of years. And I wish I wish I could tell you what the turning point was or is, but one of the most important components to getting help is reaching out. And unfortunately, there are people who don't reach out, and those people may end up hurting themselves and taking their own life. And I wanted to let you guys know about that website. And even more so, you don't have to reach out to a website. You don't have to reach out to a county resource. You can reach out to a friend, to someone that you know, a family member. You can reach out to me. I don't mind. This person who mentioned the importance of this topic and suggested that we discuss this, that person is going through a similar situation, not feeling good about themselves, and just not happy. Maggie says it's hard. You feel like no one understands. That's completely true. Thank you. Maggie is being my wing person right here and completely saying what I'm trying to say. It is a tough and sometimes seemingly insurmountable situation when you're just depressed and not feeling good about anything, and when happiness eludes you. The only thing I can say, I'm gonna lose it here. Probably one of the best things that ever happened, besides mom, because mom was there when I was down in the dumps and not feeling good at all. Thank you, mom. I love you, and thank you for standing by me through all those years. Continuing into my adulthood, one of the best things that ever happened to me in regards to not feeling good was I had Hank, and Hank was the wind beneath my wings. Michael B says, I felt that way too a few years ago. Didn't want to eat anything. That's one of the symptoms. You lose your appetite. You lose your desire to do anything. Bottom line here is the point that a lot of people reach when they feel hopeless and helpless and like nothing's gonna go good is, in fact, my experience was I had a lot to be thankful for. I had a great life. I had a lot of wonderful friends. I had mom. I have a great family. The support was there, and just if you're at that point where you feel hopeless and helpless, there is hope. There is help. There is a crisis line here in Alameda County. Let me post that up in here. I should have had that prepared as well. So you're going to hear me typing for a second. I apologize. And this is a 24-hour crisis line. And that is 1-800. Oops. 309-2131. So I'm going to give you that one more time. So the Alameda County crisis line, that is 24 hours, 1-800-309-2131. I'm going to post that in the comments there. Maggie says it's not easy to call anyone. Yes, that is true as well. Sometimes when you feel hopeless, helpless, despondent, it's not easy to reach out. It's tough. A lot of times people feel like they are burdening other people with their problems, and people feel guilty. There's a stigma that you should be strong, you should be able to get over this or get through this, whatever terminology is used there. Yes, Maggie says you isolate yourself. That is one of the worst things that you can do, is isolating yourself. Jean says healing starts when someone truly listens and they feel heard. That ties right into Maggie's comment. If you isolate yourself, you are blocking out those people that care for you and that want to help you. So I know there's that temptation to isolate yourself and sit around and stew in your emotions. I know that's probably not a accurate or politically correct word to use, but for me, that's what I did. I sat and I stewed in my anger, my unhappiness. That is the path to more unhappiness. And sitting and stewing and isolating is not going to help the situation. You have to reach out to someone. There has to be someone that you can find that will care for you and go that extra mile to help you. For me, that was mom. Mom did that when I was going through all that. So please, if you, and especially if you have a friend or a loved one or anyone that you interact with, it could be anyone you see at Safeway. If you have a small 2-minute conversation with someone and they say, not feeling good, us as humans, it's our duty to help others. And Mark H., bring it home. Just being there to listen and be a shoulder goes a long way. You said it perfect. Showing someone, just showing anyone during the day a little bit of kindness and caring, you might just turn that person's day, week, month, year around. Just showing someone that they're okay enough to where you will stop and listen to them and their problems, that can have such an impact. And that kind of goes back to a lot of people will say the simple, easy, generous act of just listening and not waiting for your moment, that second to talk, just listening, that can help people immensely. And I think that that's just beautiful, that you can just listen for a few moments, let somebody speak, and then when they stop speaking, if you have something to offer them in regards to help or something constructive, or just saying, that sounds really terrible, I've been through that, you'll be okay. Sometimes that's all it takes to, like I said, turn someone's day, week, month, life around. And there's a lot of people, because of the pandemic, because people's money are different, a lot of people have financial issues, a lot of people are worried about, making ends meet every month. There's a lot of people out there that are just really stressed out, and just taking a couple minutes to show that you care can go so far. And thank you guys for indulging me in that discussion. It's super, super important that we can be there to lift each other up when that happens. Because there's going to be a time, if you lift someone else up, you're going to need someone to lift you up. And that's just kind of how the circle goes. And I'm getting very zen here, but that's okay. We can be zen. Let's end the show with some good news. And I want to absolutely, positively, unequivocally let you know about this good news. And the good news segment is going to be in every show. And this was Katie's suggestion. Thank you, Katie, for this one. I want to let you guys know the good news is Pampas moved to their new location. And this Saturday was their first day open at the new location. And I went with someone special, and they were packed. They were packed. And Pampas has had a long road dealing with a lot of regulations and county stuff, trying to get that new location open. And it's beautiful. It is wonderful. They're located at, it's directly next to Trader Joe's. So Maggie is asking, where is Pampas? They have moved from Castro Valley Boulevard. This is no longer what Pampas looks like. I should probably keep this as a souvenir. But Pampas, they sell delicious coffee and they're wonderful empanadas. The good news tonight is Pampas made their move to their new location, and they're just killing it. They were packed, they were busy. I saw the owner, Pablo, and he was just happy, pleased as punch. Their staff was buzzing, stuff was going nonstop. So there is the good news for tonight, for this episode, which is episode 208. And I am pleased as punch, again, to end with some good news. Congratulations, Pampas, on your new location. directly next to Trader Joe's. Congratulations to Paulette, who won the giveaway for tonight. And let me go down the stars honor roll and thank everyone who sent stars. Let me go by denomination only. Denomination amount. Let's see. There you go. Paulette says, yeah, you're close to reflections of hair, and you can see the wonderful. Paulette, you're going to make the show even. You just went and made the show even better because you mentioned one of my favorite people in Castro Valley. That's Al Peretti. He is at Reflections of Hair on Redwood Road, right next to Trader Joe's. I love Al. But I got to end the show here because we've done 90 minutes tonight, and how cool is that? Thank you to everyone who listened and participated tonight. You guys are awesome. Thank you for your patience with my stammering and stumbling and mispronunciation of so many words. Thank you to Sung Lee, the bee charmer, for gracing us and giving us some bee information. Thank you to the folks who sent stars tonight. Thank you to Dennis, sent 200 stars. Thank you to Ross, 25 stars. Bob sent 100 stars. Eileen sent 200 stars. David sent 50. Don sent 25. Kathy sent 50. Mark B sent 2,000 stars. Janella sent 1,000. Maggie sent 500 stars. Paulette sent 200. Micaiah sent 200. Mark H sent 2,900 stars. I would be remiss in my duties not mentioning that Tiffany is the queen of stars, 68 weeks. Dennis is the king of stars, 67 weeks. Thank you guys for joining us. We do this show every Tuesday, sometimes 60 minutes, sometimes 90 minutes. Let's figure out how we're going to make that work. Mark H says he thinks Maggie sent more stars than that. Let's just say Maggie sent 1,000 stars because she's awesome. I'm going to say that because I'm probably wrong. Chris, you have a wonderful night. And as always, if you're after getting all the honey, then you don't go killing all the bees. We'll see you next Tuesday for another episode of the Castro Valley News live show. Next Tuesday is going to be 209 episode. So you're not going to want to miss that. Thank you guys. Stay safe and warm.